Well, here we are. As you can see, I have a new shirt, which means that my clothes came! Yes, I have all my clothes. Now currently, this is where we get kind of meta here with everything. All of my clothes are still currently inside my suitcases, piled in the corner with all my dirty clothes piled on top. Yes, my mother would be proud of me. But this is what you do when you have nothing else, or no money, or not enough money to be able to do laundry. But I have clothes! So that's the good news for today. So, Interac training day 3. Today was the day where they basically scared the crap out of us. And when I say they scared the crap out of us, I mean they did major, massive warnings for alcohol, driving while under the influence, driving while intoxicated, drug use, things of that nature. So they're like, oh yes, here's what you could be doing in prison while you have your alcohol, or when you got your marijuana, or whatever. So the entire thing was dedicated to not doing drugs, not doing alcohol, specifically while driving and or riding a bicycle. And there's something for you. Apparently, in Japan, this is based off of their laws, of course, anyone who drives a bike, rides, whatever, anyone who gets on a bicycle after having a beer, doesn't matter if it was a full beer or not, but as soon as you had a sip, you are driving while under the influence. And that means that you will be you can be arrested and fined up to like 2 million yen, which is somewhere around $50,000 or something of that nature. Or 500 or more, but I mean it's a massive amount of money for riding a bicycle after having a beer. I mean, I'm not to say that that's ridiculous, but I do know for a fact that there's quite a few people I've seen in the States that have been drinking beers while riding bicycles. No one, or they've ridden a bicycle while drunk because it's safer than driving a car. And then there's a whole thing about little Japanese laws where you have all these people who go about their business on a daily basis, but they can be involved or accused based entirely off of association. Like, let's say that if someone took my car after drinking and they were driving and got caught, I would be held liable for that because it was my car. So they really put the fear of God in us, basically, is what they did with everything that they were talking about with the different things that could happen to you, how long you could be in prison, how much it would cost you, and it's just not entertaining at all, in the slightest. I don't want to have to do any of that. I mean, I still want to be able to drink, because it's just part of the culture also, but you just have to be very, 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 very careful about everything that you do. So that's a thing that is just out there to me. I mean, I've known about it for a while, but now actually hearing it and seeing it and like actually hearing very specific stories, it's surprising. It just seems so much more severe, like very, very strict. They have like a zero tolerance policy on all drugs and alcohol usage. But yeah, it's how it is. It's how it is. But yeah, today was just a basic introduction on that and what it's like and what it's going to be like to actually be a part of the school, go into the school, seeing the teachers, seeing the classroom, so on and so forth. So, it wasn't too bad. It was rather boring. It was only a half day, so the half day was nice. In the early morning, I actually got my tuberculosis scan, which, took all of 5 minutes. I mean, I got there, put my, application in, sat down, they called me up, I went up, turned around, did this, and then boop, and I was done. Like, that was it. Nothing. And they, he gave me the thumbs up as I was leaving, as, they came up on the television screen or whatever it was he had, and it was just like, oh, okay, you're fine. And I'm like, cool, sweet, I'll go. So I spent the morning reviewing for the lessons and such, if we had anything that we needed to do. But tomorrow is going to be a little bit more difficult because tomorrow is Thursday, which means it'll be our 4th day of training. So that means we're going to have a couple of actual demo lessons that we're actually going to be doing and running through. So the whole day is going to be dedicated to actually doing lessons and participating and things of that nature. And also presenting lessons to, I think, the whole group, if not just our small group. But It's going to be interesting to say the least. But anyway, oh, hold on. Let's see if... Come here. Come here. Woo, no, don't do that. Not yet. Hang on, there's a point to this.